So in this video, what I want to talk about is how to put ladders and railings around a pool deck. I haven't seen too many videos on this. I've looked for it myself, you know, share with my guys and that kind of thing. What you want to do is you want to, if you have to, you want to saw cut out the concrete first. If there's expansion in there, like this, you can see how deep it is, how thick it is. It's definitely going to be cracked off, no problem. So then you could just jackhammer it out without saw cutting it out. But if there's just a joint like there was one over there, we had to saw cut that one over there. Once you get these pieces out, you want to break off these old metal pieces that are on the other ones. You want to break those off. Is there any? Here's an old one right here. Okay, this is like what an old one looks like. They're usually broken and all messed up, you know, from over the years. You see, it's like got a hole in the bottom there. So what you do is you set these where they are. You can measure off each side to kind of have the same size. Just want to like be within within a ½ inch or so. Then you can match it on the opposite side. And then what you do is you put these pieces on here. They have like screws or bolts that you just loosen to slide them on there. What you do is you position them first, have one guy hold it, then you have guys hammer big pins next to it. Then you tape them up on each side, that way that they're like held in place for a moment. Okay? Once you have them all like that, I like to put, most people do, is put the bolts on the back. You can't see them because they're covered here. Here's an example from the old one. There's a bolt on the back. It's good to put the bolt parts on the back here so that they're easily accessible. Once you do that, once you do all that and set them, you could take something like this or a 2x4 and you can go across from section to section and make sure they're the same height. But once you start pouring, you really want to check it with the concrete. You know, you really want to do it with the concrete to make sure that they're the correct height with the concrete. As far as pool deck expansion goes, you can just pour the concrete first, and then you're going to get fresh pieces like this. You're going to cut them to fit each section. You just tap them right in there. Okay? Jim, you got anything? Should add to that? Yeah. So that's about it. Like I said, back here we had to saw cut it before we jackhammered it. Right here. You can see these if you want to come up close. You can see the way these are set too. Same thing. We measured off each one to make sure that they were the same size. You kind of have to leave them in there. You have to leave them in there while you pour, so you can make sure that they're in the right spots, basically. Then you can pull. Once you do that, you can pull the pins out, fill the cream back in. As you can see, we cover the tops of them with blue tape. That way we can peel the blue tape off at the end. And that's about it. All right, until the next video.